frame of just one generation, we have to say that we've been going through pretty much an amazing evolution in history, right? Smartphones and the World Wide Web, the metaverse, self-driving cars, the landing on Mars, AI. If you think about it, all of the biggest evolutions in human history have happened since the Industrial Revolution, which was around 263 years ago. And if we consider that Homo sapiens are believed to have originated from 200,000 to 300,000 years ago, and we put this time frame into percentage, then we can actually say that all the biggest evolutions in human history have happened in 0.1% of the total time since the evolution of humankind to the present. Such an incredible evolution in such a fraction of time. It's incredible. It's like literally yesterday we were chasing lions and surviving from tigers, and today we hardly survive a marriage. But yeah, many steps forward we've done. Yet, many steps forward we've done with disease too. Over the last century, we've seen a massive rise in all those so-called chronic diseases, cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, cancer, autoimmune disorders, neurodegenerative disorders, mental health diseases. If we have a quick look at the numbers, we can say that even just digestive issues have increased over the last century by over 67% globally, including children too. Diabetes, only the diagnosed cases, have increased by over 5 to over 20 million. This means 1 in 9 people in the States and 1 in 4 people in the Middle East. Cancer deaths have increased by over 5 to over 8. And mental health disorders from COVID time have increased by over 25%. In 2009, my mom had breast cancer. She luckily survived after struggling for over 5 years with a very intensive therapy and no minor downsides. In 2017, my dad gets rectal cancer. Unfortunately, it was too late for him when he found out that he had metastases all over his body. And no matter the chemo, he dies 1 year later. He was just 64. That very same year, my health starts getting worse. And I started my endless journey through different chronic pains. Hip pain that prevented me from walking, gut bleeding, liver toxicity. And I want to tell you about the endless journey that I've done throughout all Dubai hospitals. I can actually be your tour guide in Dubai next time you come over and take you all around the hospitals over there. It's going to be fun. And yes, in 2021, my sister gets depression. And I fly back to Italy the very same day that my mom calls me crying, telling me that my sister was about to end her life. Fast forward to today, she's the strongest and most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life. Throughout these years, I started questioning myself. I was like, what is it that we're doing wrong? Is it just bad genes? Or is it a family curse? Are other people living the same? What is it that we can do to prevent and to solve all of this? One biggest discovery was the study of epigenetics. We have genetics, which is our unique DNA sequence that cannot be changed. And we have epigenetics. Epigenetics study how our lifestyle, environment, and surroundings do affect the way our genes are turned on or off, leading to modifications that play a crucial role in biological processes such as development and disease. Turns out that even if our body has genes that identify a trend in developing certain diseases, for most diseases it does not mean that we are doomed to it. So the excuse of, oh, I have this way because of my mom and my dad, I have these genes I cannot change, this is the way I am, it does not longer hold a valid justification, right? So, if we consider epigenetics as the sum of our environment, our lifestyle, and the way we interact interact with it, then we can say that two are the major factors that affect our epigenetics: nutrition and mindset. If we start from nutrition, we can say that all the rise in gut diseases and diabetes disorders have been linked to a massive increase in consumption of processed food, as opposed to locally sourced and fresh foods. And since the Industrial Revolution, we've seen a massive change in food production that has led to a final product nowadays that is completely different than what we used to have, and that ruins our gut health for three different reasons. Number one, over-excessive use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides and genetic modification in conventional farming that have led to a final product nowadays that is completely different to what our ancestors used to eat. Number two, globalization. It has led to the privilege of delivering food all around the world. But we also have to consider that food transportation results in a loss of nutritional value. That most of the packaged food is rich in preservatives, emulsifiers, additives that also do ruin the health of our gut microbiome. Number three, the over-excessive use of sugars everywhere. And by sugars, I'm not only talking about gelato here or tiramisu or la torta della nonna. We have sugars pretty much everywhere in most packaged foods, such as breads, crackers, sauces, beverages, mustards, sushis. Like, think about it. Back in the 1700s, the average American used to eat an average of 2 kilograms of sugar per year. Nowadays, the average American eats around 45 kilograms of sugar per year. 45. Well, I think most of you might have had, once in your lifetime, a friend that came to you telling you, yes, now I'm going to go on a low-fat diet because I'm going to lose fat. Fats make you fat. Non mangiare grassi che ti fanno male, have you ever heard it? Well, it turns out that it's actually refined carbs and sugars that make us fat. And luckily, this discovery of how high refined diets rich in refined carbs and sugars, such as white bread and sugar in cereals, they have seen how it's strictly related to higher inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive protein and tumor necrosis factor alpha. So yes, nutrition plays a huge role in defining our lifestyle. But if we consider epigenetics as the sum of our environment, lifestyle, then we must also consider that the way we interact with our environment plays a huge role in defining our life. And how do we interact with our environment? Through our minds. We have positive thoughts that create positive feelings in our body, and we have negative thoughts that create negative feelings in our body. And we have an average of tens of thousands of thoughts each day. And most of these thoughts, if carried on continuously, become part of our subconscious, where they become a belief that in turn becomes a behavior that is harder to change over time. Can you see that if I have repetitive negative thoughts carried on for days, weeks, months, and years, then I'm actually releasing chemicals in my body that might trigger disease? Stress is a perfect example. If our mind receives a stressor or a threat, it activates the HPA axis, which stimulates our adrenals to release cortisol and adrenaline, our stress hormones. And cortisol is the one responsible for raising our blood sugars. And elevated cortisol levels and chronic stress are strictly linked to an increased risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. So, if thoughts do create an effect on our body, and then negative thoughts do create harmful effects on our body, then positive thoughts can create beneficial changes in our gene expression. You all know the placebo effect, right? he's a professor at Harvard Medical School, has that groundbreaking studies that measure the physical effects of our psychosocial elements. And this neurobiological research has shown how our mind creates biochemical changes in our body that turn off the illness-promoting genes and turn on the healing, protective genes. What if our body had all the natural drugs needed for healing? What if we were able to use the 5% of our conscious mind to be more aware of our subconscious mind that runs the 95% of our actions and brain? The way to be more aware of our mindset is through two things: stillness and breathing. Stillness is brought by meditation, and by calming our mind, we're actually able to calm our brain waves, which scientifically explained are simply electrical impulses that happen between neurons when they communicate with each other. And when we're able to calm our minds, we're able to go down from a usually daily, hectic, stressful beta state to a more relaxing, restoring, and regenerative delta and theta state. And these lower brain waves are actually scientifically associated with stress reduction, better pain management, better hormonal function, better brain function, reduced blood sugars, and reduced inflammation. Along with this, we actually need to relearn how to breathe. I know that some of you now are saying, what the hell is she talking about? I need to learn how to breathe as well. But let me just ask you, how is your breathing usually throughout the day? Is it deep and strong, filling up your lungs and your diaphragm? Or is it short and shallow? How is it? Well, a good deep diaphragmatic breathing, one that activates our diaphragm and abdominal muscles, is crucial to activate our lymphatic system, which, unlike the circulatory system that has a central heart, the central pump, the heart, to activate and circulate blood, the lymphatic system does need an external support, such as breathing, to stay active and functioning. And a lymphatic system that is working perfectly is crucial for our immune system and to keep us alive. So let us just do one exercise all together, all right? So I'm going to take one more minute of your time, and we're going to do this all together. I'm going to ask you all together to breathe for 3 times, and we're going to inhale for 5 seconds from our nose, filling up properly our diaphragm first, our lungs after, and then 5 seconds out, okay? So I'm going to take you through it. There's going to be a softer background music just to help us relax. So just sit comfortably on your chairs, straighten your back, put your back against the chairs, yes, legs together, knees together, and relax your arms on your laps. I want your palms facing the ceiling, alright? Now we're going to start. And we're going to close our eyes and turn our focus on your breath, okay? And we're going to inhale. Are you ready? We're going to start. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One second time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now slowly, you can come out into this room. You can open your eyes. Just take a second to see how you feel, how your body feels. Your mind feels lighter. I feel a better energy in this room right now. This is how we nourish our mind. If we go back to where we started, and we take all the incredible steps forward as progression, then we must also consider that in order for us to progress, we need to pause. We need to look inwards. And we need to water our own inner garden and nourish it with the right foods and the right thoughts in order for us to help ourselves, but most crucially, to help others. Thank you.